Yes, hello everybody, welcome along to Hawk Talk for our final episode of the series, following Hampshire Hawks in their Global Super League campaign for 2024. It wasn't to be for the Hawks against Victoria in their final game of the competition. It means that they're out, they won't be playing in the final, but what an experience for those young players playing in their first franchise tournament, playing somewhere completely different as well. It's not like going up to Trent Bridge, you're playing in Guyana, for goodness sake. You're eating all sorts of food and there's a big old party atmosphere going on. So lots to learn for the Hawks. We will review everything that happened when they took on Victoria in this episode, plus look ahead to what it means for 2025. But first, some highlights, and I need to get to the studio, quick.
Excellent, that's terrific batting.
That's good, that's very good. That's playing with the element, hitting with the wind. And again.
That's high in the air. It's got a lot of height, but the distance, yes, enough. Lovely shot. Lovely shot. Look at the swing.
Been an option for Toby to come up.
Whipped and straight and caught.
Dragged Wells. Ali Orr takes the catch. His miserable tournament continues. Cannot. Slower ball. Excellent from Funnell. Really good final over.
Shot. You'd love that. Chance and gone. Didn't get hold of it. Shot. Beautiful shot that from Weatherly.
Launched beautifully. Yeah. And that's another wicket.
That's flat, that's big, and that's maximum. -6. Gone. They just don't want you to finish that analysis anymore. That should be it. Is it a clean catch? The umpire likes it. We all like it. Handshake's already around. Corey Anderson takes the catch, and that'll be the end of Hampshire Hawks in this match and in this opening.
Yep, not to be for the Hawks in the end. Confirmation then, Victoria managing 170 for 4 from their 20 overs. Sonny Baker, the pick of the bowlers, with 2 for 29. A wicket apiece for Liam Dawson and Benny Howell as well. That all meant that the Hawks had to chase it down in 16.4 overs. And it was a tough old innings, I think it's fair to say, in the end, all out for 95. A few starts in there, but it was always going to be difficult. So Victoria go through to the final. That is the Global Super League done and dusted for Hampshire Hawks. And Matt Funnell and Scott Currie are alongside me to dissect it all. Gents, we'll get onto the cricket in a second, which is a little bit negative. But let's start with the positives. What do you think we've made this all Christmassy for you? What do you think? Scott, your face would suggest you didn't like it.
No, it's great, mate. Well done. It's makeshift, isn't it? But it does the job.
Well, no, that's the important thing. Do you think the presents down there and stuff like that? You like
Yeah,
them?
brilliant. Yeah, like them.
Okay.
Shame about the colours, red and white, but
Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, lack of enthusiasm is staggering. Gents, let's get into the cricket then. It was always going to be a tough old ask, Scott, wasn't it, for the Hawks? These run chases, this net run rate situation was never really in their favour.
no, of course. And kudos to the mentality of the lads. I think mainly that's it's brave to go out there and take a game on the way they did. It was a nothing to lose kind of game, everything to gain. So yeah, credit to the fellas for all buying into that. Would have been real easy to sort of look after yourself and maybe creep up to a score, but the lads have bought in brilliantly, and unfortunately we just didn't quite get on the right side of the result.
Matt, have you had a busy few hours of it trying to work out these net run rate permutations and everything? And also, why did Hampshire bowl first?
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit quicker than what I wanted to after the result last night. Obviously, we were sort of anticipating that Ghana might win, and then it might be a little different situation with only having to beat Victoria. But yeah, it was what it was, and we knew the situation going into it. We just felt like bowling first, we might have more control over our own situation. You know, if we bat first and we got 140, 150, then we can't stop them from just knocking it around and getting closer to the score. So I think we just had more control over the situation. But when they batted the way they did, then hats off to them. Not much we can do about it.
Yeah, not to be for the Hawks. Congratulations to Victoria, who go through. Let's hear from the Hawks captain, Chris Wood, speaking to Kevin James, reflecting on the tournament.
Well, Chris, that's rather a
disappointing way to finish the tournament, that wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We're very disappointed. We came into today with a lot of hope off the back of that result last night. And yeah, we thought our best way of trying to win that game was to chase. Having seen the wicket last night, knowing we needed to get it in 16.4 overs, I think it was. But the openers for their guys played as good as anyone else has in that competition today. And they made it look like a real traditional flat wicket back at home, which it certainly didn't look last night.
I was going to say, that wicket changed overnight. It was the best wicket of the tournament so far, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And that was part of our reason why to bowl first today. If we'd known it was that good, we might have tried to get that sort of runs on the board and then try and defend it. But yeah, having watched that game last night, we just thought the best chance of winning was try and defend and try and keep them to about 110, which we thought, looking at last night, was a feasible option at the time.
I mean, you didn't get close in the end. I guess it was just too much to ask, wasn't it, to get to 171 off 16?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we tried our hardest, but as the wicket got deteriorated, probably did deteriorate slightly second innings. And as soon as the pressure comes on and you've got to hit 2 or 3 sixes and over, it's just almost an impossible task. And we fell away in the end.
When you look at the tournament as a whole, it was just 1 win out of 4. I mean, does that tell the whole story?
Yeah, it probably does on reflection, Jamo, to be honest. I think the one game we did win was probably the one we should have lost. And then we had a couple of close ones in the middle that could have gone either way. Thought we pushed Guyana right till the end. And then today we were just completely outplayed. So I think on reflection, we probably sit back and probably realise we weren't 2 of the best teams who'll be playing in the final tomorrow night.
Well, there's been some standout players for Hampshire, hasn't there? Despite the results over the last 10 days, you look at Shan Masood, of course, on load. Danny Briggs as well, Scott, the 3rd best economy of any bowlers in the tournament at the time of recording. More than anything, it'd be nice to see him in a Hawks shirt again, isn't it?
Absolutely. For the romantics out there, it's nice to sort of roll back the years and see him, Woody and Liam Dawson on the same field again. It was all bought and paid for. Then Chalks knew what he was getting with Briggsy for sure, and he's come in seamlessly by the looks of it. Just keeps his head down, does his bit through the middle and in the power play, knows his game inside out, and there's a reason why he's so highly sought after, so highly thought of as well in the domestic game, because he is class personified, and he was again tonight.
Matt, we mentioned in the preview to this tournament that you'd had a big say in Shan Masood and Danny Briggs, and they both had pretty good tournaments, so you must be delighted with your work.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Shan, his numbers speak for himself. He's played the conditions better than anyone else in the competition. Numbers show that. So, yeah, hats off to him. But unfortunately, he couldn't get over the line.
And just going back to the game as a whole against Victoria, Matt, for you, what did Hampshire maybe not get right with the ball?
I didn't think we bowled terribly, to be honest. I think we got a bit of rain overnight, which obviously didn't help, even with the used wicket. I think it just sort of skidded on a bit and was quite nice for the batters up top. Yeah, maybe we could have possibly adapted a little bit quicker, going to those pace-off deliveries a little bit quicker. We only bowled sort of 10-12% pace-off deliveries of seam in the power play, where actually the hindsight really benefited them in that sense, because they went to about 25-30% of them. So yeah, like you said, hindsight's a wonderful thing. If we go back, maybe we would have gone to that earlier when they got off to such a flyer. But yeah, hats off to the 2 guys opening up, highest partnership in the whole competition so far, and they batted terrifically.
And I guess that's the difficulty, isn't it? When you're in these situations, Hampshire probably ideally would bat first in their games, with bowling being the stronger suit, but they had to, of course, revise it for this tournament. Learnings from the tournament as a whole then, Scott, what do you think they'll be?
I don't think anything surprised us too much, certainly not with the personnel. They've probably expected the lads to perform as they have done for where we're at the time of year, for sure. The learnings will probably be more individualised, and certainly the batting group will take a lot from learning about those kind of conditions. I hope for everyone's sake we don't come up against too many of those conditions in the summer, but if we do...
I think we'll be all right. I think Nottingham's pretty safe from them, yeah.
If we do, the reserves are obviously there to call upon, and some ideas can be implemented there. So the learnings will very much be down to individuals. They'll all have tour reviews now. They'll all sit down with the coaches, analyse where their games are at and how they went, and then the lads will come back or jet off to wherever they're going to and work hard again to come back for the new year.
Has anything stood out from a stats-wise, Matt?
No, I think Scott just hit the nail on the head, really. Like, if you look back at our tournament preview, it was low scoring. It was what we said, the average score of 136 is almost significantly lower than we almost anticipated it was going to be. Heavy amount of spin bowled, a lot of turn, a lot of low bounce, a lot of variable bounce. So no, like Scott said, I think it's all individual. Maybe we look at how we potentially went into these games, how we prepared for them, how the lads themselves actually tried to take on those scenarios, and we move on from there.
But essentially, you nailed your prep, is what we're saying. Everything that you said would happen did, so you're a genius. Would you like to be involved in more? I know you didn't get to play in the tournament, obviously, but Would you like, as a whole and as a side, to be involved in more tournaments like this?
Of course, mate. Desperate sat on the sofa at home to kit up and be out there, but that's the way it goes. It can only be a good thing for the club to be involved in these competitions. So yeah, again, for everyone's sake, I hope they do keep cropping up and we keep getting invited back, whether it's here or somewhere else, because you only get better by playing. That's the bottom line. So the lads will be, desperate for another opportunity. It beats being in the indoor school, doesn't it? So fingers crossed, more opportunities arise for us.
Well, that is it for the Hawks, done in 2025. Now, there's no other tournaments going to crop up before Christmas that we don't know about, is there, Scott?
No, I don't think so.
No, it should definitely be the Hawks done for 2025, in which case we need to have a little look back at the season as a whole. And I was thinking, everybody, that whilst everyone at home is looking back on how the season's panned out, I thought I'd give you a whiteboard each, and to get yourselves in the festive spirit, I thought it was only right that we make you draw your favourite festive scenes. So, there's a couple of pens. Let's give everyone the 1 minute and 40 seconds of this next video, and the best festive scene earns 10 Robbie Christmas points. We'll see you shortly.
That is outstanding from James Vince. Benny Howley has all the tricks.
What a catch! Liam Dawson!
Game, set and match to Hampshire.
The 4 of you, yeah? Enjoy.
One of our first times here, and so we've really enjoyed it.
It's a good mood, great vibe, amazing. And it's quite inclusive of families.
Great day out, been a nice experience.
I absolutely love coming here. It's a really great atmosphere.
Welcome along to Utilita Bowl on what is going to be an action-packed afternoon of Vitality Blast South Group action. Brilliant to have so many of you with us. Thank you for coming down. It is a crucial game for the Hawks, there's no denying it.
That is a beautiful shot.
Brilliant, Benny Howe.
Another wicket for the Hampshire Hawks.
It's a big hit.
Takes a good low catch.
It's the Hampshire Hawks that take it.
Yeah, nice to reminisce on the summer of 2024. Whilst you've been doing that, there's been all hell breaking loose here in the Hawk Talk studio. Come on then, gents, reveal, please. Scott, come on, reveal it to that camera. Put it in front of your faces. Let's see what they've come out with. I mean, there's differing approaches here. Scott, let's go with you first. What's behind this?
So mine is called Hawk Alone. It's a take on Home Alone.
Yeah,
that's Scottish points, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is a house, not a mountain. Bit of tinsel, a few lights.
Oh, that tinsel. Oh, yeah, I thought that was a person and that was their eyebrows.
And then we've got some Christmas trees on the lawn. It's a snowman with the GMR branding on, bowling at some stumps, signed by myself.
Oh, very good. And Matt, you've gone for the landscape approach.
Well, yeah, firstly, I'm glad that Scott's good at cricket because that's not winning any awards. But I've just got, classic morning of Christmas Day, kids opening presents. The little lad here has got a cricket bat, and the girl here has got herself a Hampshire shirt.
Oh, that's nice. There,
and maybe a little
way right now,
and maybe a little joint present of some stumps and a ball. So plenty of playing cricket going on there.
Okay, I mean they're both, just hold them up once more. I mean they're not. Neither of them are wonderful, are they? But I think I'll give the 10 Christmas Robbie points to you, Scott. I mean, that's nice. Just nice for. I like the fact that you signed it as well.
Great.
And he's the professional cricketer. Sorry, I had to do that.
Do you stick to the stats, mate? I'll do the drawing.
Exactly. Right, gents, that brings us to the end then of Hawk Talk. Big thank you to you for your company. How do you get Christmas Day off as a professional county cricketer?
Oh yeah, I mean I do. There'll be some people in the team that might not have that off, but yeah, I'm afforded the luxury of that.
No stats on Christmas Day or anything?
No, thankfully not.
No, that's good. I didn't know if you'd have your head in strike rates or something come on Christmas morning. Very good. Thank you very much indeed. And Scott, look forward to seeing you back on that pitch soon, and hopefully the injury isn't too far away from a return of cricket.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate that.
Good stuff. Thank you very much indeed, gents. And thank you to you as well for tuning in over the course of the last couple of weeks or so. Been a lot of fun, this nice little Christmas treat, isn't it? Following the Hampshire Hawks in their Global Super League campaign for 2024. A reminder, of course, looking ahead to 2025, it'll be here before we know it. Passports now available and memberships as well by heading to utilitabowl.com. We'll see you in 2025.